Happy December, everybody. How is it going? It's your boy here, Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up, and it's time for another predictions video. This time, we look into, thankfully, the only, major pay-per-view, network special, whatever you want to call it, the only big show of 2021's December, NXT War Games. That's right, there's no TLC. It's still one of the weirdest things, but no TLC, no AEW pay-per-view coming up, and besides that, the only big shows that are going to be taking place, might as well say Winter is Coming. That's AEW, but it's not a pay-per-view, it's just a regular Dynamite setting. So it's nice that we're just going to be going through this and then let the Christmas marathon, etc., continue on, because if you haven't seen yet, that's right, my reviews are back up on the channel. I am hoping to pick up right where I left off last year before the strep throat got me and cut me off. Get those reviews out for all the Christmas movies and specials I love talking about. So stay tuned. A lot more of those on the way, hopefully. But if you are watching this on Friday, that means this has gone exactly the way I hope, because I am recording this Thursday and I want to come out Friday. But maybe if it isn't, we'll see what happens. I'm still waiting for my tongue to wake up, so to speak, but let's get through this quick enough. War Games. This is something I am glad that's happening. I'm excited. I just don't know how the results are going to go that might swerve me in this case. It's weird with the new NXT, isn't it? I didn't think we'd be getting any more big specials, to be honest. It's not a TakeOver. The TakeOver name appears to be gone, and I'm not really complaining because I don't think the name TakeOver should be associated with this new NXT. So, I'm not mad. Let's just hope we can enjoy War Games. I think we're going to enjoy it. I have some small doubts about things, but I think we're going to enjoy it. We have 5 matches announced so far. I guess if we're going to throw a kickoff, I'm going to predict a babyface win unless we have specifically the Creed brothers in tag team action or Solo Sikoa. I'm going to pick them instantly if they are part of the kickoff, but otherwise I'll go for a babyface win. Now, let's see how we need to run down the card. First off, Women's War Games match. This one was easy to guess once people started lining up from one each other. We have all of Toxic Attraction, including the Women's Tag Team Champions and the Women's Champion NXT, teaming up with this strange, crazy new Dakota Kai character, which I don't hate so much, taking on Io Shirai, Cora Jade, Raquel Gonzalez, and Ace in the Hole, Kaylee Ray, who won the Women's Advantage ladder match on NXT. There is a rule with War Games that the team with the advantage always loses, at least in NXT's War Games. I feel like it's every match you have the advantage, you lose. Well, is this going to apply here? Really not sure about this one. I'm going to go for the babyface win here. I really don't see the point of the team with the women's champion and tag champions winning. When Undisputed Era went in, for example, with gold, they lost. It was the right thing to do. So I'm not really seeing the point of Toxic Attraction winning this match. And, like, they have all the momentum in the world already. They have the belts. They've gotten the big wins. They don't need to win in War Games. I think with the team we already have on the babyface side, Raquel Gonzalez, she crushed it in last year's War Games. Io's great. Kaylee Ray's great. This will be a big prove yourself for Cora Jade winning this match, and maybe they'll even give her the pinfall. I don't know. We'll see what we get. I am going to pick a babyface win, and we'll see where we go from there. If there's one thing that scares me about this event, I'm afraid that we might finally get the rule applying if you leave the structure, whether by accident or on purpose, you cost your team the win. It's over. That's a disqualification, so to speak. Your team loses. I'm almost worried thinking that we're going to be doing that in this year's War Games. I hope not, but I'm keeping it on the back burner. So just in case of things, I'm going to throw out this little bonus. I have the baby faces winning, but if the heels win, I'm going to predict that they're going to win by knocking someone out of the structure, costing them the team's win. I don't know how, but it's just something that's eating away at my brain that I think might apply to this match, and it worries me just the same. So, just gonna throw that out there and hope it doesn't happen. But if it does, I'll give myself some props for guessing it. Let's move on. Tag Team Championships on the line. We do have some title matches. Imperium, oh, bless them, Lord. They took care of that MSK problem. I just did not care, and neither did the audience after so long. They're doing okay in their skits looking for the shaman character at this point. Too bad it's not the shaman of sexy, because of course WWE had to let him go. I'm not really sure how that's going to pay off, but aside from that, I love Imperium with the belts again. They're taking on Kyle O'Reilly, who, good lord, certainly lost his momentum once Adam Cole left, and Von Wagner. The funny thing about Von Wagner, I was watching some old clips the other day of WWE in the Performance Center during the serious outbreak when COVID happened. I shouldn't say serious, but during closer to the beginning of it, and I saw Von Wagner in the audience, and it's just like, damn, man, so many of these noobs were just standing there behind the plexiglass. It's crazy. And as far as this match goes, this one's tough. They're all kind of tough for this one. O'Reilly's contract's coming up soon, and I most certainly do not want to see him resign. He needs to go and on to bigger, better, more prosperous things. I'll be honest there. But with Von Wagner, I feel like they're trying to make him a big deal, so maybe they get the belts. But no, I'm not going to risk it. I think Imperium are going to keep on to them for now. If anything, I think they're going to win. And then Von Wagner will attack O'Reilly, and that might be the last time we see Kyle in NXT. Yeah, that maybe. I think that's what I'm going to go for. I don't see them winning the belts and Imperium dropping them this soon. But then again, it's a new NXT, so anything can happen, but I'm going to go for the Tag Team Champions. Now, as far as the Cruiserweight Championship match is decided, this is a bit scary. So, Roderick Strong, I still love Diamond Mine, I'll be honest, I still love them. I love the gimmick, I love Bivens, I love Strong as champion for this long. But taking on Joe Gacy and his Michael Myers lookalike on the outside, oof. I didn't think this would be for the title. I didn't even think this would get on a pay-per-view. It's scary to think, but you know what even scares me more? Joe Gacy's character is actually growing on me, and I'll explain why. Like, there's a lot of characters right now that we just don't need in NXT. There are so many low-key debuts that are being, like, promoted and happening that there's just too much to keep up with at this point. But Joe Gacy, his stuff is so cringeworthy, but it makes me laugh in such a weird way that I can say it. He is growing on me. He's not the problem with the product for me. I don't know what it is. He plays the character so well that I laugh and appreciate what he's doing. I bet you didn't expect me to say that. You bet you expected me to rag on him 100%. And by the way, the best thing about this new brand is Andre Chase. I don't care what anyone says. Andre Chase is the funniest thing about the new NXT. I don't care what anyone has to say. I love how angry he gets at his students. It is the funniest nonsense. You keep being you, Mr. Chase. But as far as this match, yeah, I have to go for Gacy. This is scary. Like, why else would they do this? I can see him winning the title and renaming it. And if any fans get this reference, good for you. Something like when in Defiant Wrestling once upon a time, No Fun Done won the hardcore title and tried to change that gimmick up. So something like this applies to Joe Gacy winning the championship. This could easily just end in a DQ, though, with all the managers and things on the outside. So, you know what? I'm going to go as far to say my prediction is Joe Gacy is going to win the match. That is as far as it's going to go. I'm not going to say he's going to win the title. If he wins the match and wins the title, there you go. I'm going to pat myself on the back. But my prediction is he's going to win the match. If anything's going to get a DQ on the show, this one is standing out. But, they're going to give it to him, aren't they? And it's just going to be so nonsensical. Yeah, we'll see where we go. Because I don't know what's left, Roddy. I don't really know what's left. There's no real Cruiserweight division anymore. Let's be honest, it's done. 205 is nothing about Cruiserweight wrestling anymore. It's just about, you might as well call it NXT Dark. I'm not putting it down, but I'm just explaining that this is a different time we're living in right now in NXT and 205 Live. So the title is dead enough at this point, and it might as well get rebranded. I'm not complaining that much about this situation when there's nothing left to do with the Cruiserweight title because there isn't much of a division left. Like, Jiro and Kushida are great, but clearly they have been on the back burner as this low-key tag team, and racial stereotypes thrown in for a bit of comedy. I'm sorry, that doesn't give me confidence that the Cruiserweight division is staying. So my prediction, Joe Gacy winning the match. I could go more into this, but let's just try to get along with our lives. Hair versus hair match. Cameron Grimes, Duke Hudson. Can't stand Duke Hudson. He is just a big fat loser. Not much of a wrestler that impresses me, I'll be honest there. And Cameron Grimes is still one of the greatest things that, again, is being shoved aside during this new NXT 2.0 after he did such great work with LA Knight and the $1 Million Man. And yeah, he's gonna win. I don't want him bald. That's ridiculous. No, Duke Hudson, you're gonna lose. Cameron Grimes is gonna win. Please, for the love of everything that's holy, don't change Grimes' look anymore. Because him without the beard, that hurt me a bit, I'll be honest. So, Cameron Grimes is going to win that. Now we get to the men's War Games. So, we've got Team Ciampa, you might as well say Team NXT Champion versus Team North American Champion. Tommaso Ciampa teaming up with LA Knight, Pete Dunne, and Johnny Gargano, who finally gets to get in a War Games match. Oh, bless him. Bless him, Lord. Taking on Carmelo Hayes. Love him as North American Champion, by the way. Tony D'Angelo. He is hilarious. And I've already forgotten the other two. Shame on me, but that's exactly what this team is made of. Braun Breaker and Grayson Waller. Just a piece of garbage, Grayson Waller. At first, he was the annoying social media boy, and then he's going off on, like, why old-timers don't deserve to be here anymore or whatever. It's like, where did that character change come from? It was so dumb. Breaker's okay. I like what he's doing. He's being pushed a bit too much in some departments, but he's getting the hang of this stuff. Hayes is fantastic. I'm not throwing him. And Tony's good. Anyone who's ragging on Tony, you can rag on much worse. Tony's fun. But Waller, trash. Get him out. Oh, boy, this one, ooh, I don't know, man. I really don't know. It's worrisome, too, that this could be Gargano's last match, and I lose possibly the only thing that's keeping me in NXT, and that's Johnny Gargano. You guys know me. I am a Gargano mark for life, as far as I'm concerned. And you might as well say Ciampa. I've been around for so much of their journey in wrestling, and it just pains me to think that it's about to end, especially because I really wanted them to have one more match for the NXT title before Gargano goes, but now that doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Oh, who's going to win this? It's just too hard for me. Really, it is. The noobs could work so well with this win. They do have the advantage because Braun Breaker won the ladder match, and I did break my stereotype going for the faces because the baby faces in the women's match have the advantage. But I picked them to win. Oh, it's hard to say. It's really hard for me to say if DIY can coexist in this and come away with the win. Oh man, you can tell how hard I am with this one. This might be the hardest War Games to pick just because of circumstance. But with all faith, I gotta go with Johnny Gargano. I gotta go with him one more time. I'm picking, I guess, the baby faces. Because, man, DIY need to do this one more time for me. If they're not going to give me the music one more time, give me the win one more time. I just want to see it. Pete Dunne in War Games is always great. And LA Knight, who has been thrown in the dumpster since this 2.0 shown, can get a little bit of retribution here, please. Please. And we'll see what happens. So, those are my picks. I'll see you guys Monday for my results and review video, but probably sooner if my Christmas review videos keep coming out, and I'll see you guys for more of those along the way. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a lovely day. And yes, I'm in my lovely warm robe one more time because it's cold outside. I like staying warm. Have a lovely day. Enjoy war games. Keep it real.